it started with ambition.
We start with like a human. They're thinking about the driver the first.
You know, you want to make them excited to come back to that space.
The first of its kind, this is an SUV built from the ground up to stir emotion.
Oh my God, it sounds epic as well.
This is Mazda's most powerful vehicle yet.
Finally, we can build the car we really, really want to build and not compromise.
The Mazda CX-90. After all this, it feels like it's built for me. But now, I want to drive. It's not surprising. The CX-90 has power. One glance and you know it has more than enough.
There is a huge part of the exhilaration of wanting to stay in the gas pedal because you're feeling the crescendo, the building sound of our straight-six engine. The longer you stay in it, the more rewarding it becomes.
A daring contradiction. A vehicle this size shouldn't handle like this, but it does.
KPC, kinematic posture control. We'll have software that monitors steering angle, speed, G-load, all these things, making you feel more settled to a point.
Mazda's most powerful engine isn't alone. Mazda's first ever electrified plug-in hybrid delivers the same exhilaration as the inline-six with even more efficiency.
The bigger motor on the plug-in hybrid really just gives you that instant punch. Max torque right away.
In the CX-90, I feel focused, comfortable, connected. This is power and design perfectly aligned. Everything exactly where it should be.
Look at that, automatically adjusting for the perfect ergonomic driving position. That's because I've been pre-programmed in this car. My height, my eye line, everything's ready.
The look, the sound, the feeling, all made for me by so many others. The first ever Mazda CX-90 is a cumulative triumph. Each designer and engineer leaving their mark to connect driver and car. Hopefully, they don't need it back anytime soon. デザインをする上で一番最初のその出発点といいますか。
私はやっぱりエモーションだと思うんですよね。やっぱ感情にかけることが大事だと思っていまして、一目見ただけで乗ってみたい、運転してみたいって思わせることが大事だと思います。
What is essential? Remove all else. Leave nothing but connection between driver and car. Absolute restraint defines Mazda design. Yasutake Tsuchida, Mazda Senior Director of Design, has invited Becky Owens, interior designer, to compare notes on emotion and intention.
There's a lot of texture, a lot of movement. I feel like the wood brings so much warmth, especially when you're layering different colors. I mean, the same colors, but then you bring in the wood. That's exactly what we do.
This is a brand new exterior color.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we call it artisan red.
I love the black tones in there.
And we are really focusing how do we make a beautiful surface reflection. That's why we are not gonna using hard edge because the outside need to be more emotional. The interior need to be more comfortable and relaxed feeling.
The red you use, that's emotional. I feel like that can bring in joy.
赤というのは日本にとってもね非常に大事な色じゃないですか。
はい、そうですね。赤は非常に大事な我々にとって広島にとって大事な色でありますし、エモーショナルであるとか、パッションを伝えやすい色でもありますから。How do you make a comfortable space in your design?
I think we start by having kind of a simple palette. We build upon that with maybe some color and texture to create an inviting, comfortable space. What we try to do is take what they want and then elevate it. So it is an emotional experience when you can get it right. I love the stitch.
Oh, stitch is also inspired by Japanese traditional way. Then that meaning is one connect to the other one. So how do we make the car and the driver work together?
A connection.
Yeah, connection.
Making something functional makes everything better. The car's a lived-in space. I spend so much time in my car running around my kids, and you want to make them excited to come back to that space.
でインテリアにとってはやっぱりこう運転して先ほどサナさんが言われたようにやっぱ運転して気持ちいいであるとか車と一体感が生まれる。我々マツダデザインよく言ってますのが引き算とかレスイズモガって言ってるんですけども大事だと思ってますし日本のやっぱ美意識につながるんじゃないかなと。
まさにそうですね。そしてまた自分たちの演技ともまた通じるところを感じますね。準備していろいろこねくり回してあげく最終的にはシンプルに削いでいく引き算、やはりそれがやっぱり大事と言われていますので。
We believe that the soul is in the details. So we make sure that even the smallest detail are carefully crafted so our customers can feel the energy infused by our creators into our cars.
Soon, we'll see what happens when design and performance align in perfect harmony around the driver. The Mazda CX-90, more than an evolution. This is a three-row SUV built from the ground up to stir emotion. Mazda's most powerful, ambitious vehicle yet.
ようこそマツダへ。田中さん運転されてる時にどういった時にエモーション感じますか？
まず、エンジンをかけた時のその音でまずグッときますよね。
Oh my God, it sounds epic as well.
Yasutake Tsuchida, Mazda Senior Director of Design, has invited Ant Anstead, car builder and master mechanic, to see the CX-90 unboxed.
The car laid out in the workshop, you realise that there's so many individual pieces.
It's
But
fun, huh?
It's fun, but they all have to work in harmony. How have Mazda crammed 6 pistons in that?
How amazing, huh?
I know, right?
Our commitment as Mazda to deliver this pure driving performance was reflected in the CX-90 by saying we're going to commit to putting an inline 6 into a front-rear longitudinal layout. And that means the rear tires are doing the driving, the front tires are doing the steering. And that's a much more natural way for vehicles to behave.
Now, even though it's got an inline 6, that engine power means nothing if you don't have a reasonable transmission. And this car is just leaping through the gears nice and easily. Told you we needed a runway.
We had to design everything around that straight 6. So we redesigned this transmission. We took the torque converter out. We shoved everything back. We made everything smaller. Well, that opened up space for the front area to have more steering angle, better proper sports car suspension. That's always been our dream as engineers. Like, okay, finally we can build the car we really, really want to build and not compromise.
This thing just turns in absolutely beautifully.
KPC is a little bit of technology where as we watch a vehicle go into a corner, it just applies a little bit of braking force on the rear outer tires. So basically you're coming out of a corner in a much more planted fashion. The first experimentation of this was on the Miata. That worked really well on the small sports car. So let's try it on the big SUV.
You think about what you require from an SUV. A mode of transport, something that feels engaging, safe, reliable, also looks fantastic. But at the same time, you want to have an option to have access to performance. This car is an SUV with bragging rights.
As the CX-90 takes form,
Thank you for sharing the car.
Thank you for coming.
so does its potential.
You could design on paper a beautiful object. Until the car's made and it's real and it's in front of you, it either has presence or it doesn't.